Hello everyone, my name is Legend Rhony and this game is Rise of Kingdoms. And what is happening today? A rally on Legend Rhony. But before we're gonna get there on the same recording, it happens to be a rally on one of my members as well, which apparently was not paying attention. He didn't realize he's getting rally, and oof, is this gonna be painful for him? Very, very, very painful. Attila Takeda is still freaking OP. Really, really OP. So I did took a rally, an Attila Takeda rally, and I have like 5.3 million troops in the city at that moment, because I did took out, I have like 300k of tier 1. So I did took those out, made sure that I'm not filling my hospital with tier 1 and then tier 4 and 5 will die. I said if I'm gonna have dead troops, at least may not be because of the tier 1. So I took them out, I put them in a flag, and I have to say it was more than I expected. Can't believe that even after triple or quadruple nerf on Attila and Takeda, they are still so freaking OP. You don't need to be a skilled player. You really don't. All you have to do is just make sure you max Attila and Takeda, do whatever talent tree you want, and just make sure you have calves in that rally and you're gonna kill everything. It's really that simple. So obviously my member took it pretty bad. Not sure if I'm checking the report. I think he did share the report. I think he had like over a million dead. Yeah, that's pretty painful. And he's about 70 million power player, 73. But his problem was that his hospital was almost full. He didn't had an empty hospital and he was fighting. That's pretty bad. I mean, people do want to fight, and this is where it comes about power is not everything. This is where it comes where having tier 4 troops in your city so you can feel battle for as long as you need, not just tier 5. This is one mistake that a lot of players do. A lot of low level players, they get to the T5, they upgrade all their T4 to T5, and that is one huge mistake. You need tier 4 in the city. You can feel battle with tier 4 for as long as you want. It costs so less to heal them. It's really crazy. So obviously he burned. He's now at 63 million power, so he was at 70 and something because he doesn't have tier 4, I can guarantee you that. He definitely went just for T5 like a lot of other players do. And again, that is very wrong, because T5 are very expensive to heal, like crazy expensive to heal. So that's why tier 4 is doing so good. So it's 5.6 million almost troops in the city, and I took out the 300k tier 1. I took them out, I put them somewhere in a city. Now let's see if I'm definitely gonna click the report as well. There it is, the report. So actually 1.2 million dead. I thought it's 1 million dead, but it's 1.2. so look at that, full hospital, and he's trying to field battle. It's just not working. It's really not working. Plenty of reports. As long as the rally is being reinforced, Attila Takeda is just doing devastating damage. Really devastating damage. And now it's time for the main event. Obviously, the rally on Legend Rhony. But before I actually took the rally, I went and did some skirmish, to find a reason, because I was having the shield on. As you noticed at the beginning of the video, I had the shield on. So had to find a reason to remove the shield, right? So I went to do some skirmishes, some field battles, and I was just waiting for the rally. I was pretty sure they're gonna send the rally. I made sure I healed my troops, I emptied my hospital. So here it is, the moment when the rally is waiting. So I actually sent my tier 1. You can see that I have a march on the right, so I sent my tier 1 in one of the flags. I was also thinking to remove my siege in the same time, but here it is. The rally is hitting. Attila Takeda rally. And I do have to say that, for considering the fact that I also had Attila Takeda in the city, obviously with a mix of troops, I'm doing way less damage than I was expecting. I mean, the impact of 5.3 million troops versus 2.6, it should be way higher if you want to ask me. It should definitely be way higher. Obviously, they kept reinforcing as the rally was keep going down. They kept reinforcing and reinforcing and reinforcing. and that it's a really good way how to launch a rally. I was constantly checking my troops, how my hospital is getting filled, or when my hospital is going to get filled. But still, my impact with the amount of troops that I have was not high enough. Probably because it's mix of troops in the city. Probably should have kept a nuker or skill damaging commander like I usually keep Saladin and Takeda, because I mostly have just Cavs in the city, nothing else. So should have let Saladin do a couple of skill damage. Probably would have gone a little bit better, but they did have a lot of reinforcements. So obviously they kept reinforcing and reinforcing and reinforcing. At some point the city does way less damage because the troops count is going lower and lower. So yeah, skill damage would have probably been a better choice at the beginning, and then change to Attila Takeda once the city gets lower. So my hospital is already half away full, which kind of gave me concerns, because I was actually not expecting to have dead, or not so many dead, maybe 100k dead. You will see the report in the end. I took quite some dead, not as many as my player from the beginning of the video, which took 1.2 million dead. That's ridiculously high, but still I did took some dead. So almost full hospital, 200k left, and it's still going. They obviously keep reinforcing and reinforcing and over reinforcing. Could have probably helped if I would have had reinforcements in the city. I can have like 1.2 million reinforcements. So at this point, I'm not sure when I was checking the troops if you noticed, but it was showing like 2.2 million troops left in the city. So I think at this point my city is lower than the rally. I think the rally, if it's being topped up, has more troops. Yeah, 1 point something in the city, almost full hospital. And this is where the pain is actually happening from Attila and Takeda. Once the troops count gets lower, their power and the amount of severely wounded they do is literally insane. Literally insane. Once your troops count gets lower, that's the big problem. So hospital is full, and at this point I'm having DEAD. I'm having dead troops at this point, and it severely wounded that Attila and Takeda is doing to me right now is dead troops, because the hospital is full. And yeah, I'm just literally just standing there looking at my power dropping and thinking that power dropping is gone forever. That's not coming back. Yep, hospital full. No, it doesn't go over. That's the limit. That's the limit. Nope, not yet. Just wait a little bit longer. So they also want to plunder me. They also want to take some resources out of me. You can see the line of scouts going to my city. People curious about everything that is happening. And I got a fate changer. I got a really fate changer. That is very interesting. So I was waiting for the report, but I'm getting so many scouts per second that is just unreal. So how can I even find my report? Yeah, there you go, favorite. They should really put a limit of amount of scouting you can get on a minute, because it's really ridiculous and it really caused a lot of lag, a lot of reports, especially if a couple of players just want to bomb scout you or something like that. It's just really not fun. They should really put a limit on the amount of scouts you can get per minute. So, and here it is, the report: 356,000 dead, a full hospital versus 544,000 dead. But like I said, they were reinforcing the rally, non-stop. Still, I find it a little bit ridiculously still OP Attila and Takeda after 4 nerfs. So first time they nerfed Attila and Takeda, it was hidden. They added an internal cooldown for the 4 skill, which from people testing they said it was 5 seconds. So his 4 skill had a 5 seconds internal cooldown, which obviously is not shown in the game. The second nerf from Attila and Takeda is when they rewarded everyone. They give us cultures, experience and stars, and then they increase the internal cooldown, which again is not shown anywhere, but what people are tested, they say it went up to 10 seconds. So from 5 to 10, which is quite a big jump, and is still doing a lot of damage. Then it was Takeda, because I was mentioning quadruple nerf. Then it was Takeda nerf. First skill on Takeda was also nerfed. Obviously it wasn't said anywhere about it. And then it was the healing nerf from Takeda, which they said it was a display error because it was supposed to be 150 from the start, not 250, but you know, it was just a display error, but the skill was working with 150. Obviously, you know, nobody actually recorded on the same amount of troops to actually prove it, so it's just, everyone just leave it like that. The heal was not such crazy, but still, it's a nerf, right? From 250 per turn to 150. So, quadruple nerf, and they are still very, very strong. I mean, I don't personally know what can actually hold an Attila Takeda rally, so you can actually don't have dead, as long as they have reinforcements. So as long as they have reinforcements, I just don't know what can actually hold them back. I press repair before extinguishing the fire. I'm not usually burned, so don't get me wrong about that. 13 days of healing and obviously a lot of resources, and people are still scouting me and scouting me and scouting me and endless scouts. So with all the buffs that I had rune. Obviously it's only troops defense 7%, but still I had a rune, I had the buff, I had the alliance buff because they used the counter offensive 10% defense, I had war frenzy 3% attack, plus I have decent equipment on Attila. I'm not saying good or, you know, very good equipment. It's decent, not the best, but decent equipment. And this was the result from, you know, a 2.6 million rally versus 5.3 million in my city. We also had the circle. We have all the buildings from the original kingdom. We had high runes, attack and defense. The only difference that 12 kings have, they have the, in the king's land is the temple, in the king's land, whatever it's called, which is 3% all damage and 3% all damage reduction. I'm not sure if Tango is VIP 17, I'm VIP 17, that's 5% all damage. And they also got the rank 1 on the pre-KVK event, which is another 3% all damage. So that pretty much VIP 17 gets cancelled by those 6% all damage they have. Anyway, altogether, you know, this is small differences, but I pretty much, my city was pretty much, you know, buffed as much as it can get. The only thing I could have done is change the design, since there was no skill damage involved. I also had general, but since there was no skill damage involved, I could have put a city design with defense or health. On Cavs, I don't have a design with attack, but since you have a mix of troops in the city, those designs reduce some stats of other troops, while boost some other troops anyway. I don't think that the city design would have made, you know, like a huge impact, but it would have been something. So that was the results of Attila Takeda hitting my city. Obviously, they rallied me again, so if I go a little bit further, yeah, they rallied me again. There you go, they triple rallied. Their plan was to triple rally me since I was still staying there. You know, everyone is getting excited, they are getting around my city, everyone wants to see. So 5.2 million in the city. I'm not, oh, that's the total number of troops. So with the 300k, that's 4.9. Now that 350k are gone, that's 4.9 in the city. Obviously, I'm not gonna take a triple rally. I mean, I was very disappointed. I'll be very, very honest as it can be. I was very disappointed about the amount of dead. I was expecting to have dead, a full hospital, and maybe another 100k dead, or a little bit more, 150k, but when I saw 350k dead with the amount of troops that I have in my city and all the buffs and everything, I do have to say that I was really disappointed about how still powerful they are. Because if they would have done like anything else, anything they would have wanted, they would have think of, they would have not break my defense with a single rally. I can guarantee you that they would have not burned me with anything else, but not Attila Takeda. So why it's only that pair that is so freaking OP? Cause I did took a rally, which obviously they kept reinforcing it. I did took another different rally, and you're gonna see the results on that one as well. But I just want to see the end of this, so you guys can actually see the end of this. It was really funny. Oh yeah. Then I popped the shield. Everything cancelled, and what happened? Alright, so now we're gonna go and I'm gonna show, because I didn't record it, but I got rallied by War Nugget. So I'm definitely gonna show the report on that one as well. I do have to say that War Nugget is pretty funny. And let's see the report on that, because I was mentioning that I would have taken any kind of rally and they would have not break me or break my defense unless it was Attila Takeda. So let's get to that. So we'll be right back. So before I got hit by War Nugget, I also got hit by Guan Yu and Leonidas with a full infantry rally. They had a couple of reinforcements, but the power of the skill damage was way too high and the rally was getting very low, and obviously the rally got disbanded. 300k dead for me, 260,000 severely wounded for me. And obviously there was still a long way until my hospital would have been filled. Still a 400k there room for my hospital, so they could have get way more dead. Then because my city was off tile, one of my players was keep playing in and out, in and out. So this is exactly what I was doing. Is the same player just going in and out of my city. And because of the lag, there was one player that swarmed my city. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna say rip his troops and rest in pieces. He also had a 50% army expansion. So I'm not sure if he was lagging or not, but 274,000 dead. And I had Saladin and Takeda. I wish I would have switched quickly to Attila. This would have been even more dead. I mean, 100% dead. Because I was keep looking and looking. I mean, is he actually hitting my city, or what is it happening there? Or just send a tier 1, because there was a lot of people around my city. So I didn't actually know what's actually happening. But he was hitting my city. 274,000 dead, 220,000 dead. So that's 500,000 already. 500,000, 600k dead with this. This managed to retreat in time. 800k dead with this. 900k dead with this. I mean, I hope my math was not wrong. So almost to 1,000,000 dead. He took almost to 1,000,000 dead by just swarming my city with 5 marches. That's definitely pretty painful for, I would say, a free-to-play, considering his commanders. Yeah, pretty much free-to-play player. That's definitely gonna hurt a lot. The reason I have this small amounts of dead in my city, that is because it was the player that was keep going in and out of my city. Because that's the reason he actually hit my city, because he was trying to target that player with his marches, but he drag and drop on my city because everyone was so close. I mean, his loss and my gain in kills and points because it was the event as well. And here comes the War Nugget. Did I say it right? War Nugget or War Nugget. Okay, you guys get the idea. I do have to thank him because he actually let the rally go all the way in. So I wanted to put the old combination of Sun Tzu YSG, and I should have used Sun Tzu even on the infantry rally, but I thought that having Saladin primary would have given me a little bit of advantage, since I still have close to 3.5 million, or over 3 million of my troops are still cavalry, and Saladin boost the cabs with attack and defense. Plus it has the skill damage reduction from his skills. So I said it does make a sense, or it does make a lot of sense to actually keep Saladin primary. But Sun Tzu and YSG, they are just phenomenal when it comes to skill damage. So these are the results. I've been hit by level 60 Charlemagne and Mehmed II, and they were both max skills. So I do have to say there's quite few Charlemagne in the game that are literally max skills, and still he did had some reinforcements. And another thing happened. You're not seeing it in this report, which I don't know why, but it was the AoE. Because what my players was doing, I told them that, listen, I'm gonna take the rally, but all you guys do, just make sure you feel battle and you drag and drop. You drag their troops under the AoE, because it was Sun Tzu and YSG in there. So there's 5 targets and there's another 5 targets. And that's what they were doing. And there were a lot of people that were literally going back with sad faces, because they were literally getting demolished by the city, by the amount of power the city was doing. So that was probably, with this dead, that was probably around overall 2 million dead at least, just from this rally, because of the people that will keep coming, they will keep dragging it under the city. But they don't show in the report, so that's really interesting why. I'm not sure. Hope they will fix this in the future. And that was the 3rd rally, I would say, that I got. So anything that would have hit my city that is not Attila Takeda, I would have had no problems taking it. Well, I hope you guys find this video very helpful and you learn something from it. Doesn't really matter the amount of troops you have. Try not to take Attila Takeda if they have the amount of reinforcements. I do have a player that does take a lot of Attila Takeda rallies, but they don't have reinforcements, so they are forced to disband, because he's like me, has a lot of troops in the city. Pretty much tier 4, so his power is lower, but they don't have reinforcements. On me they had a lot of reinforcements. I wasn't expecting to have that many reinforcements. Anyway, I hope you like this, and until next time, this is your boy Legend Rhony signing off. Be safe, stay safe, peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one.